here. Well, we'll get her just a second. See how you survive. How we doing? Great to see y'all again. Bless y'all. We've got a big buzz, haven't we? Nice to see you, sir. Good to see you. Mr. York, good to see you. Well, first of all, thank you for waiting on us. I know it's been a little chilly and everything, but where I got delayed and everything, I was meeting with the Senate President, our Speaker of the House, and everything. We're working on trying to get you a tax cut, and we think we're really, really close to having it done. Now, y'all can clap for that now, because we worked really hard about this. Now, I know that you're probably, some of you are glad to see me, but more than anything, I know you're probably wondering, where's baby dog? And so I got her, so I'm going to put her right here in this chair. Come on, baby. Now, how about this? Get your chair. Now, Mayor, how about that? You take care of baby dog. And so, I've got some real distinguished guests with me and everything. I've got 2 senators and a delegate, and, whether it be Delegate Testalo, Senator Ryan Well, or Senator Chapman, and please give them a gigantic round of applause. Now, if I could tell you this real quickly, and then we want to sign some bills and put us on our way here to doing something for this area that's unbelievable. That's just all there is to it. There's been lots and lots and lots of people put in a lot of licks to make this become a reality. But when it really boils right down to it, it's been a crying, pitiful shame to just think of the contribution that's been made on and on and on by what we see. And now, all of a sudden now, this contribution may have been semi-forgotten and semi-not appreciated to the levels that we really, truly should have. But in all of that, I know your pride and your love for our history has not changed. It's not changed. But yet today now we are landmarking a new day to where this community will thrive beyond belief. Can you just imagine 750 great paying jobs, all of this renovated, all kinds of goodness happening all around us? And let me tell you, and I'll be really quick, but there were semi-tough days in the House and semi-tough days maybe in the Senate. But at the end of the day, what everybody wanted was just this. We didn't want to forget a lot of people that make tremendous contributions to this state in every way. Whether it be our gas workers or our coal miners, and for God's sakes, 11, all of y'all realize, please, I owe a big part of my life to coal. Do you ever think for a minute that I'm going to turn my back on that? There's no way. But absolutely today, we need more diversification. We need to be all-encompassing and absolutely embrace all of our alternatives. You see, at the end, when it all really boils does not need to be dependent upon anyone for energy. I don't know why in the world we believe, and which is frivolous in my book, to think that today we can go
or gas. It's ridiculous to think we can do that today. But it doesn't mean that we can't embrace tomorrow, the years and years and years to come. Who knows what it'll bring us? This technology here is unbelievable. That's all there is to it. It's our job to embrace, and it's our job to move forward in every way. Don't forget, don't not appreciate, but move forward. So with all of that, you know, and I'm gonna make sure that I pronounce this absolutely correctly. But Mateo is with us. He's the CEO of Form Energy, and Mateo's name is Hamario. Is that right? Is that close? Harmio. Okay, how about that? Not too far off and everything. But listen, he has worked really, really hard. All of us have seen his soul. I really know that this company is going to make a real live effort to be the best neighbor. Not a good neighbor, but the very best neighbor. So with all that being said, Mateo, why don't you talk to us just a second, and then we'll get on and sign some bills. And I would just say this to Mateo. Mateo, never ever forget the faces of these people. They're us in every way. And they depend on you now like you can't imagine. I know you'll never forget them. They're the very best of the best of the best. They really are. They're faith-based, they're community, they're absolutely great neighbors. They know the difference between right and wrong. They're craftsmen, they're the best. And I mean it. I don't blow smoke at anybody about anything. They are the very, very best on this earth. Never forget that, please, just for me. So Mateo, come up and talk to us.
Thank you very much, Governor. We are honored to pick up the legacy of this location, this historic location, and carry forward the tradition of manufacturing on this phenomenal site. You're absolutely right. We're not going to cede our ground on energy to anybody in the world, and we're going to manufacture in the United States again. And thanks to the Inflation Reduction Act, as well as the great support from the state of West Virginia, we're ready to do that again at this wonderful site. The motto of the town of Weirton is success and unity. And that's how we see this project going forward. We're going to be together. We're going to have our roots deep here in the town, deep here in the region, deep here in the state. And we're committed to the long haul. We'll give every last breath we have to the success of this facility. So we're honored to be here. It's a beautiful day. Let's get this project going. We're ready.
Can I tell you one more story real quick? You've probably already heard this, but I was an 11-year-old sitting in the WVU field house when Weirton was playing Woodrow Wilson in the state championship finals. Both teams were undefeated. Woodrow was behind by 15 points with 3 minutes and 49 seconds or something to go in the game. In some way, somehow, Woodrow came back and won the game. Literally 2 years later, in 1964, I was back watching the semifinals of the state tournament. Both teams played again. I'll never forget the chant of the people from Weirton. And that day they were chanting, "We remember 62, you'll remember 64." And literally, Weirton toasted Woodrow that day. And so, absolutely, your fortitude, it's an incredible day. Incredible day. And what it'll do, it will transform this community in every positive way you can imagine. That's all there is to it. We're really doing it in West Virginia. And absolutely, I'd love to say, oh, I take the credit. That's garbage. You've got two great senators and a great delegate right here, a great mayor. All of you, we've pulled the rope together and we made it work, didn't we? And lo and behold, here we are today on the cusp of something that's so unbelievable it's off the chart. And of all things, your governor's sitting here on this stool that is really strong, and he's sitting here with a bulldog. I mean, give me a break. But with all that being said, let me just end by a little comment about the bulldog. You know, when my son and daughter handed her to me, you know, and Kathy on Christmas Eve, our little grandson at the time was 2 years old, a baby himself, and running around everywhere, and all of a sudden little puppies jumping around, and I knew what she was going to grow into. And you know, they say she only weighs 62 pounds, but she's a heavy 62, I promise you. I'm sorry, baby dog, I'll take it back. You know, but our little grandson, the baby, 2 years old, would say, "Where'd that baby dog go?" Because he thought she, being a puppy, was a baby dog. And so we named her that. Throughout all this pandemic situation, from time to time, I'd just take her with me because it was pretty daggum lonely. And in doing so, I'd look at her, and every time I looked at her, she made me smile. And every time I saw you with her, she made you smile. And then, of all things, bulldogs aren't supposed to like everybody. They really aren't. But absolutely, she loves everybody. Everybody. It didn't matter if you were black or white or rich or poor, or for God forbid, a Republican or a Democrat. You know, it didn't matter if you were a kid or an adult. It doesn't matter. She loved everybody. And I say it so many times, but really, how can it get any more simpler than just that? If we could make others smile, and we loved everybody, that's the end of the story with me. That's what we should do in life. And so really and truly, she served a good cause for me. And I hope she served that for you. Let's get on about signing this, okay? Lots and lots and lots of good stuff here. Please, if you want to come up and ask your question, wait 1 second. Let's let our delegate and our senators talk, please.
It's an interesting day for me because my grandfather poured steel on the open heart floor right here where we stand, and my father, in true American dream fashion, became the superintendent of the open heart. And now I come full circle to start the regeneration of Weirton right at that spot. And for me, that's just a big day for me, and I'm really happy to be here with all of you. We have a lot of work to do, and some of the things got pretty tough on the floor. But as I told them then, and I'll tell you now, I told them Weirton will not let you down, and the good times are just starting. So that's what we have to work with, but we move forward from here. So thank you all for being here.
First, I want to thank the governor for his work on this and what you put into it, and Teo, Needy, Ted. I said in my remarks on the Senate floor that I do not want another generation of kids who grew up in Weirton to feel nostalgia for what was, but instead feel proud of what is. And I think that starts today. I think that this is the mark of the beginning for the revitalization of what we all see here today. I think Weirton is perfectly set for that. I think we have leadership in place for that to happen. The city does in the surrounding area. On a personal level, for someone who grew up here in Weirton, to have the opportunity to fly up in a plane with the governor to sign a bill that marked a new beginning for this town really is something for me that just means I can't even put into words. So thank you all for what today is, and I look forward to what it will be.
Senator Chapman says everybody's cold. Probably my fault. Anyway, listen, does anybody else have anything else you'd like to say? I can never thank you enough. And I absolutely mean this from the bottom of my soul. This is a West Virginia story beyond belief. You have a West Virginia history, just like Senator Weld is saying, that's beyond belief. And now you've got a West Virginia future that will only compound with all the goodness that you're already doing. I know you'll do great. And absolutely, every time that I come by, I promise that I'll be really, really proud. Not far from here, and I got to tell you this story real quick, but not far from here, my dad died in 1993. And he was running our coal business, and I was running our land business and our ag business. And what I knew about the coal business, you could probably put in a thimble. And all of a sudden he's gone. And he's gone very suddenly. And I didn't know what to do. And all of a sudden I'm scrambling around everywhere in the world, and a customer we were trying to get was Wheeling Pittsburgh Steel. And lo and behold, and this is as true as it could possibly be, we were selling our coal at that time, metallurgical coal, really high-grade metallurgical coal, through a broker from Peabody. Now let me take you back just a little further. In 1970, the Ohio River Barge Company, that was owned, I guess, by Eastern Gas and Fuel at the time, dedicated a boat that's going to push barges up and down the river in my dad's name. I gave the dedication prayer, and my mom broke a bottle of champagne on the side of the boat as they launched it in New Orleans. I saw that boat one other time in my life, and it was in 1971, 6 months after we had dedicated the boat. All of a sudden, Dad's gone. Let me fast forward to January of 1994. Wheeling Pittsburgh Steel called and said, if you can get here today, we'll sign the coal deal with you. Well, I scrambled around everywhere just like a kid in my little sport coat and didn't even have a top coat. And flew into Wheeling in a god-awful snowstorm you've ever seen in your life in a rented little charter, twin-engine propellered plane. And we were all over the runway. We some way landed, and then off I went through the little terminal area, got in a cab, and started to Wheeling Pit. And when I went down the bottom of the hill just like this, God be my witness if I'm not telling you the truth, when we turned left, I looked out to the right, and there was Dad's boat. And we went, and we got the business, and then lots and lots and lots of good happened. I would tell you, God always shows up. He always shows up when we really, really need him. And today, he's showing up for all of us, and especially all of you. So, I didn't really intend to tell that story, but nevertheless, I did. God bless each and every one of you. It's a great, great day in West Virginia and a great day in Weirton. Thank you so much.